Yes, yes, yes. You guys know what time it is, man. We are back. You know what I mean? Football with ends, bro. You know what I mean? We're chilling now, after smoking up a team called Tottenham, aka Spurs, aka at the White Hart Lane, or whatever they call the ground nowadays. G in the building, waiting for Jerry to jump in. And yeah, man, we've got plenty of topics, to chop up, plenty of conversation to be had. And yeah, man, guys, don't I know you man are gonna get on. Yo, end your hair. No, Mad Professor today, bro. That's what we're going with. That's what we're dealing with today, man. G, big up, bro. Appreciate you jumping in as well. What are you saying?
I'm blessed. I'm blessed, man. Yeah. Honestly, I'm just chilled. You know what I mean? I'm easy. I'm relaxed. Yeah. Well, Christmas is in literally less than 2 days, man. So I think it's just we're getting to that period now. So I'm just
Hmm.
trying to ease into it before the whole mad day happens, and then what I mean, you're hungover, and that come the Boxing Day. So I'm easing into it. I'm easing into it. What about you, though, bro, man?
Chilling, bro. You know what I mean? Same as you, to be fair, man. Like obviously, as I said, I had to, if you take the hair out, do all that stuff, get it done to tonight, if not tonight, tomorrow morning. And then I think everything's now bought and wrapped,
Mm.
and you know what I mean. I think there's one more assignment, and that's just putting up one of the presents. But that's on when everyone's in bed, in it, we'll just set that one up, and you know what I mean. But apart from that, bro, just been chilling, man, spending time with the family, and just coaching, bro. Literally, just been my days have been taken up now, like full fledged now, man. Full fledged coach now, bro. Proper. I was anyway, but now I'm locked in now, man.
Don't
Guys,
worry, guys. He was. I'm saying he was doing this thing before. Now we're just. I mean, we're
yeah, now we're locked in, bro.
now.
Like before, we was building the clientele, building the profile and that. Now we're there, bro. We're there, man. Soon see me on a couple of videos, bro. I've got a couple as well that I've filmed of obviously the players, and
Okay.
then I just need to edit those because I'm gonna start up a page for it. So
Mm.
it's just the right timing, and then yeah, man, it's gonna be vibes, bro. Got the tripod now, so there's gonna be some cold videos coming of the new talent, bro. Some that some people have seen as well. That's it should be good, man. But listen,
What we
guys,
need, man. That's what we need.
hey, this is the topics, boys and girls in the chat. So it helps you guys kind of stay on task, stay on topic, and you know where we are in the conversation. When we start a conversation, obviously I'll tick it so you can guys will know where we are in the convo. Who in the building before? Let's go, man. Fuzzy in the building. Big up, bro. Hope you've been blessed. I need to get him on the channel. I ain't chopped it up with Fuzzy in a minute still. Big
Yeah,
up to
for
Steve
real.
as well in the building. Liverpool looks scary, and I'm a Liverpool supporter. I hope the owners do right by Slot. Let's hopefully they do, man. Let's hopefully they do. Big up to Goat as well. It says Sup brothers or bros. Big up to you, man. Big
Yeah.
up to Honesty in the building as well, my G. Why are you looking at the Black Goku broski? Bro, listen, man. Listen, I told man already, man. Allow the hair, bro. Just I told man we're
Say the
doing
Black Goku and that.
Black Goku. Is that nah? Because I know someone will do your matchup picture, put you next to Goku and do something mad. Hash in the building as well. Big up, man. We need to strengthen in January. Never walk alone. Yeah, 100%, bro. I think we definitely do. An LK in the building as well. And then everyone else that joins in, guys, on the way in, just drop a like, man, on the video, even if a thumbs down, if you're not even liking it as well. Or if you want to wait till the end of the video, do so. I would link Jerry's channel to the chat, but there's no point. This man is on hiatus right now, sabbatical. He's living with the monks in the
Sabbatical.
mountain. So once he's back, but G's is there. So in the title, you guys can see it. It's highlighted in blue. Very, very simple. Click it, subscribe, head back in, and we'll chop it up, man. Big up to Luke B as well in the building. Big up to man them. Hope you're all doing good. Yeah, man. All blessed, man. Should we start with RJ? Because I know this man doing the whole prima donna thing, doing the late thing,
Yeah,
late
yeah,
vibe.
yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
You
In a
have to, you
little
know what I mean? You miss out. You know what I'm saying? Can't just be,
yeah, and then you know what I mean? Then we have to go back onto the conversation.
bro, we
And
haven't got, nah.
yeah, we ain't got time for that, bro. We've got other stuff to do later down in the day. Do you know what I mean? I want to
You know
chill
what I
out and
mean?
relax with the family, bro. Um, but I know we done a space the other day, G, bro. We was chopping it up. That space was jokes still. I feel like when we do spaces, man, people just mad, like just freer in it. You can just vibe and chat
Yeah.
whatever. Instead of like when you have to do the YouTube thing, set it up and all that. Hey, listen, it's a vibe anyway, man. But Liverpool 6, Spurs 3, bro. I want to know what your take on it, like honest opinion on the game, bro. I'll start. For me, it was. I still Liverpool. I know a lot of people say Liverpool played well and stuff like that. I thought we did, but I don't think we're like. I don't even think we're moving out of second and third gear, bro. I honestly watch a team and go, they find games easy. And I don't, maybe it looks that way. Maybe the players will tell you different because I know, like Sobo said down, they're a hardworking team. Harvey said it as well. Mo said it as well. They're a hardworking team. They press and stuff like that. So from a player standpoint, they're saying it's obviously hard in it. And I don't know if they just don't want to be disrespectful to their peers or they're being open and honest. And I can only go by their word. So I guess they're being honest. But when I'm watching it, bro, it just looks easy, man. Like we're not like stressed in the game. We're not like last ditch tackles. We're like, we'll just get back in, win the ball, pass it forward, dribble past them, man. Little like we just look comfortable, bro. Look very, very comfortable. I don't feel like these guys. Maybe in the second part of the season, that's when I probably, I heard Trent when he said that the manager is trying to save our legs. So when it comes to the latter stage of the season, we have enough in the tank to really push on. I don't know what your kind of take of it is in terms of your overall view of the game, but for me, bro, I don't think we've moved out of second or third gear in these games.
Yeah, no, the same, man. That's why I was saying during the first half anyway.
I'll bring Jay now. Big up, Jay.
Big up. What's going
on? Yeah, that's what I was saying to the man them in the group. I was saying, I didn't watch that and think it was amazing or anything like that. I just felt like it was obviously it's a combination of things, and what you're saying about not moving out of second gear, that's how I felt. But that could also be purely down to we made them play that way in terms of we made Tottenham look, as bad as they ended up looking and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know, like I didn't feel like it was. I'm not trying to criticize, but I'm also not gonna. I'm not gonna. Maybe glaze too much. I don't even want to use that word, but I don't want to gas it too much. Yeah, I mean, I just felt like it was. Yeah, we played calm. Like it was. Like I feel like we played better in many other games, if I'm being totally honest with you. But we didn't need to, and I didn't feel like it was required that we had to play at this like sick level to beat them. They were kind of shit. Do you know what I mean? Like they were always, not always, but they played kind of shit. I don't know what their tactics, and I don't really care what they were. But yeah, it was honestly for me. I just watched it and thought, oh, this was calm. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't look too taxing, as you said. The players seem kind of easy with it. But yeah, maybe second half. I mean, I only watched the highlights of that in here, but from what it looked like, it did look like Liverpool a little bit lackadaisical in moments. Might just be because of the scoreline at the time, but yeah, honestly, calm performance. I had that at like 7 out of 10. I was like, yeah, that's calm. Do you know what I mean? I feel like we've had to use more energy against Ipswich away. Do you know what I mean? Than we had to against Spurs away. For whatever reason, I'm not gonna speak about Spurs and their problems. Just talking about the game in general. Yeah, that was it. I didn't feel Spurs just were not good. Like honestly, they did not play that good. So it is what it is, man. We move.
What about you, Jay, bro? Because I was saying to G, I didn't watch that game and go, Liverpool is really working hard. Like second gear, third gear, maximum. I think Liverpool displayed in that one. It was just calm. It was just having fun. But I know the player said otherwise, innit? Mo said it was difficult because they pressed Sobo, Elliot. Like they all kind of said something different. But from the eyes, I'm just like, yeah, you man weren't like. It's not like you were running back and you had to make this tackle or diving in. It was just you was positionally so aware, and you guys got back into shape whenever we needed to. As soon as we lost the ball, it just felt so calm. But what did you make of it, bro? Because
on that don't make the game easy though. That's what I'm saying. Just being able to be in every game, right? If you do something really, really well, it's like when man go and look at like, I don't know, a boxer, or like when you look at Trent and he's whipping a pass and you're like, bruv, that's just easy. Like that's easy. Then man starts saying, I can do it. And that's, you know what I mean? He makes it look so easy. It's only easy because you make it look easy. Like them man are working hard. If you looked at how much ground SALAH covered in that game, if you look at how many times, I mean, Virgil had to intercept the ball, interception-wise. If you looked at how Gravenberch played, if you look at how much ground Diaz was covering, it's still a difficult game. Like, I don't agree with that notion that, yeah, Liverpool were like just playing that second gear and stuff. I think Liverpool were on it And I think that was the difference, because you saw Tottenham, and this is a stat I didn't even know. Tottenham they've never lost by more than a goal against anyone this season.
This season?
It's only been more than a goal. That's it. We're the first team to go and pipe them by more than one goal in it. So it's not like, yeah, Spurs have got their problems in terms of how they go and play. But I don't know about you guys. When I look at Spurs and the way they play, for me, it was looking like a threat. I thought personally, in my predictions on Husam's channel, I thought it would be 3-3. Because I was like, yeah, we can score, but they're a team that can score. Like, scoring is not their problem. It's defensively that's their problem. Right? And they're trying to do a thing where it's like almost like, I know Carragher spoke about it, Brendan Rodgers when we had Suarez and Sturridge, or all these other teams in the past that just want to attack, but you're just negligent on the defense, and negligent. And that's why I don't look at and this is if they have their starting defense, if they've got this, whatever. It's like that. It's always been like that. That's why, I respect Ant for saying, yeah, we've got injuries that probably played a part, but nah, it was like their team were just better. And Liverpool, everything that Liverpool did were just, especially in that first, I don't know, I disagree with G. I think that first half is the best I've seen Liverpool play under Slot. It's the best. And that's taking everything into consideration in terms of everyone executing their jobs to a T, defensively in the right position, playing the right pass, not giving the ball away, dropping in, playing the right, the right cross at the right time, not just spamming it for no reason. When Trent decided to spam it, it ends up being a good ball. Do you know what I mean? Like, everything worked out. So when everything works out and everything that you do just seems to come off, that's the type of performance you're going to see. That's the type of performance. I don't think you're going to see that type of performance from an attacking standpoint anyway. Many times this season, it doesn't happen when everything clicks, where everything's on point. The only player I look at really that from an attacking standpoint was a bit iffy was Gakpo, but he's someone that goes anyway. Apart from that, I can't pick out anyone in that team like that I looked at and I was like, right, you were poor today, And even Gakpo, you weren't poor, but it was just like, you were just a bit iffy. Do you know what I mean? Like, when you execute a plan and when you execute passes to a T and everything goes your right way, you make the game look easy, because football's an easy game. When you break it down, you get the ball, you pass to someone, you try to score. Do you know what I mean? Like, literally, that's what it is. When your passes don't come off, when your pressing's a bit off, when the cross don't come, when your touch is a bit bad, that's what starts to make the game a bit difficult. Like, even I go look at Soboslai's the goal for Salah. I think that's Salah's second goal. Where the poor pass from Gakpo, that touch from Soboslai, I'm sorry, is ridiculous. I watched it back. That touch from Soboslai to take it away from the defender, right, at that pace, when it's the pass ain't even aimed for him, in my opinion. I think he's trying to find Salah. So he's just kind of in the way, but he's had to deal with it and then square it into Salah. On another day, Soboslai that's coming off his toe, or he's taking the touch a bit heavy and he's having to cut back onto his right foot. The defender's flop back, he puts a cross in, the keeper claims it. Things like that just happen in a game, but it just always executed. For me, yeah, Liverpool on it, and to see that type of performance where it was measured, and Liverpool and Gary Neville, she spoke about it, but he was just like, counter pressing at one point, but then you're sitting off in a low block and catch him on a counter. Then Gravenberch, instead of being on the right, he drops in deeper and dictating the game. There were so many levels and facets to Liverpool's game. For me, that was the best I've gone and seen. Now, defensively, in terms of the lacks, the again, as G said, I agree with that. In the second half, and obviously this happens in football, but you're 3-1 up, you go to 4-1 up, and you kind of just, after that, you just take your eyes off the game and you're like, this is easy. And I think that's what it kind of became. I think in that second half, it was more like second gear.
Who can score? Who can we outscore them? Can we? Not even outscore them, but how many goals can we get?
Yeah, I don't think he was even outscore them. I just think his little things, like all of a sudden that pass that you want to go and play just gets intercepted, and Spurs are on it because they're trying to come back and they score a goal, and it's like, oh, rah. Then you wake up again, you go and score, but then you go back into your lax kind of roles where you're not probably making as many runs, and then you make subs, and all those things kind of affect games. But yeah, man, a solid performance, and for me, it was a statement win as well. It was a statement win because off the back of two draws, you can't afford to drop points again. You can't afford to drop points. And again, football, that type of game where Spurs, off the back of their results and a couple, and how they've been, it was a perfect opportunity for them to go and do what they did to City, which is beat them and be like, oh, okay, we're about. Do you know what I mean? Because they've got the tendency to play really well against the big dogs, but then flop against Ipswich. Do you know what I mean? Like that type of result. So it was easily a game I looked at and I thought, I know some people thought, oh yeah, we'll bat at Spurs. I was like, no, I think they're going to score. And they did score 3, we just scored 6. Do you know what I mean? And it could have been 12.
It could have been, yeah, it could have been a mad number. That segment I want to go into in terms of player spotlight, because there's a few players this season has been either been inconsistent, some of them been mad consistent, like Mo Salah in terms of scoring and assisting. There's some that, you know, we don't want in the club. But from that particular game, bro, like who stood out? If there was a couple, you can mention a couple of them as well. But who stood out for you that you go, rah, okay, if this guy can carry on doing this, yeah, we're cushy still.
Everyone really. If Gomez can carry on the way he played yesterday in terms of being quite solid, made good decisions in terms of a couple blocks as well, where you had to kind of run across and cover. Like Trent as an example, because that will always happen, or Virgil having to cover Robbo. I think he did really well. Played really solid. Of course, if Virgil plays the way Virgil plays, then it's solid. If Gravenberch plays the way he does right now this season, like he's just been so consistent. You know, when he started the season, it was like, oh, it's a good run of form. How long is it going to last? We're now in December. Like we're now in December and it's going to be January, and man's still playing to a certain level. You got to kind of hold your hand up and be like, yeah, this is just the player he is, and a certain manager just didn't know how to use the player in his best. I mean, in his best kind of way. Diaz for me, I just think he's a standout, but I'm not surprised. Like he was a standout yesterday.
He was my standout. Yeah, I'm being honest, he was definitely the standout.
But I'm not surprised. Like I don't sit there and I'm like, oh my god, like you know, certain people are going over the top saying, oh my god, there, man, like he's the best, like this, like he's a ball. Like I don't know if you've played football. I keep saying to G, and I said it on Twitter. Certain man just don't know what a baller is, innit? Like when you
saw that tweet, right? I was like, yo, I didn't read it, dog. I was like, I just got it pop up.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, when you see it, it's just like there's certain things a player does, and you're like, oh, okay, you can play football then. If he's at his level and he's on it, he's going to terrorize any defender, anything, and you can just see it. And when he's playing with confidence, so at the beginning of the season, when he's just playing and he's playing and he's playing and he's able to affect games, you're seeing he's scoring goals in the center, he's affecting games on the left, he's getting goals on the right. He can play across the front three and be effective. And he can pick up balls in the pockets, he can drop deep. He's just a good footballer, innit? So when you're looking at like that forward line and even the stat, you look at like I think after Virgil, Salah and Trent, he's played the most games out of any Liverpool player that we've got, which suggests to me that you've got 2 managers now, right? 2 managers in the space of Klopp and Slot that have looked at it, and I think Diaz played 47 starts or whatever, and you can see why they play. It's not a coincidence, isn't it? I think when you start seeing that, when it's 2 managers that are playing a player consistently, you can see why. I mean, there's a reason why, and I'm not surprised. But what we want to do, and this is what I was saying, and even if it's, I just want to see a consistent run. I want to, if you want to get the best out of these players, and you want to go and see what they can do when it's like you've got to go and. I mean, go on, be that main guy, be the equivalent of what Mane was to Salah or whatever. Then you've got to give them the confidence, because you knew, like, no matter what forward we had at the time, you knew if there was a big game, Mane and Salah are playing, irrespective of what's going on. It doesn't matter who was in the team, doesn't matter if Shaqiri was on form, doesn't matter if Origi scored a hat-trick. They're finding a way to play Mane in the team, whether it was down the centre later on in his career in the last season or on the left. He started off on the right. But you only get that from the manager, innit? And I think that's what needs to happen. And it's either got to be Gakpo or Diaz. It's just one of them ones where you just got to give them the time to just play, innit? And what Diaz is showing, that you just got a bit more versatility to his game because he's playing down the centre. And certain men are saying that he's better as a forward, which I think is just still mad. But you know,
that's because our team naturally plays. And G, you can jump in. Our team naturally plays. We've had years of the false 9, and the guy that drops into the pocket can turn, dribble, and then you know what I mean, play people in. So it'd be interesting. Who was your standout guy, bro? Big up with Sam.
Standout.
Who's a standout?
From what I saw, maybe Zabozalai, maybe. But I think it's what Jerry said, though. I'll be honest. Like you could just say everybody, if that kind of make, like if everybody performs at that kind of level, then you're good, if that makes sense. But none of them do, outside of maybe Verge and yeah, that's probably the only one who kind of maintains this like stupid level where every game is just the same more or less. And even when he drops off, it's like his drop off is like a 7 out of out of 10, as opposed to others. It could be like a 4. This guy goes, as we talk about Gakpo and Salah, stinky but he scores. So how do you really judge it and stuff like that? Like, yeah, I think if everyone can just perform at that kind of level, even though I know, listen, it's only elite players who do so I don't actually expect them to do it, but that's what you want, and you kind of hope, like, okay, can Diaz continue playing this well or whatever, kind of thing. Can Diaz, to be fair, actually, Diaz was actually the only good forward I thought in the game from what I saw. I didn't feel like Mo Salah was good at all. Like, really, I thought, oh, he scored and assisted, but it was weird. I didn't feel like he played well, if that makes sense. Midfield, though, I did think that Szoboszlai was really good, but I also thought to myself, I don't feel like his performance level was that much better. Like, it was better, of course, but I don't feel like it was that much better than what I've seen anyway in recent weeks when everyone was kind of calling him shit. I didn't look at that and think, Jesus Christ, like, you've gone up like 2 levels, if that kind of makes sense. Whereas I know it's hyperbole, I know, and I get it, because you win 6-3, so there's going to be a level of hyperbole to it. But I just felt like the way people were talking, like, was we talking yesterday in the space, and man had the picture of, was it Kaka or whatever? I said,
man had Sobo's face over Kaka, bro, with the
This is what I was
Ballon d'Or.
saying, like just to even to that point, like I don't even think that Szoboszlai, that performance yesterday was better than what I saw him do beginning of last season.
Yes,
beginning of last season,
exactly.
Man, I saw him against Wolves when we were 10 men down, drop and was dictating the game from DM, and I was like, you know what? That was the game when I looked at it, and I was like, look, I'm not saying he's Steven Gerrard, but this guy might be the truth in midfield. Like, where he's
facts,
just he's scoring a goal against Leicester. He's licking a shot against this, but then he's dictating the game. He's got all facets to his game. I saw him overlap Salah and put a ball. It was just done. This, like, that performance yesterday, there's still things you can pick out. I know he got the goal and he was running a lot, and he does that often. He's been doing that, innit? But there was a couple times as well where I saw him brand the keeper and he goes to shoot and he misses the target. Now, if that's Nunes, we're getting onto him for that, and we're saying, oh, this guy's horrible. We can't, bruv. You're 60 million pound player as well. If you ran the keeper, we're expecting, let's just keep it a buck, let's keep the level playing field. I looked at that and was like, whoa, what's going on there? Like, how did you miss? There was another chance as well where Salah's actually first goal. How did he miss from there? If Nunes, if that was Nunes, we get on to Nunes from that. So
now we are.
Good performance from him, and of course it changes when you go and score a goal and you affect the game like that. It's like you've done your job in it. You've helped us win the game. But when you're looking at it from an overall performance, it's not the best I've seen. Like, it was good, but it wasn't the best I've seen from Szoboszlai.
It's funny you even mentioned that like that Wolves performance here. I remember watching that thinking, yeah, this brother's all right, cool. Like, I mean, he could do stuff, like, I mean, in the midfield. But if we're just talking about that game in particular, like I said, I get it, because you win 6-3, so I understand why there would be a level of like overexcitement and stuff like that, because in your head you just think, oh my goodness, he scored, he this, and this is where it comes down to how you rate the performance levels. Do players have to score in order for you to rate them more? Do they, it all depends. And listen, that's fine. I'm not really bothered by that. But just for me personally, like I said, he was probably the better player maybe out there. Diaz obviously got a shout, and maybe a few others you want to throw in there. But for all of these players, like I said, outside of Virgil and maybe Salah in terms of like scoring and stuff, what they all lack is a level of consistency. And I feel that's the problem that Liverpool fans will always have, is that's why I think we've created this flip-flop kind of generation of people in terms of 1 week. I think it was 5 games ago, or maybe even less. So like, we came here, we were speaking on Enzo's show, my show, on Twitter. Man was saying, sell the guy. Like, we all saw
about a month ago, so about 5 games.
Yeah, so we'll say about a month ago, right? People were ready to sell this guy. Like, they gave up. They were like, can't wait till Elliott comes back. I can't wait until, you know, like Jones should keep, you know, get a run in the team and blah, blah, all of this kind of, which is fine, which is absolutely fine. Fast forward a month now, all of a sudden it's, and that's why I always think, why do narratives change so quickly in football in terms of how you view a player? I always, like, I was always kind of taught, like, you should never like judge a book by its cover, right? Like, and I feel like where people have just over exaggerated, maybe wanting to sell him, as Pops has said, like, because you wanted to sell him, because now he's doing in your eyes a lot better. Now it's like, oh my goodness, this guy's amazing. He's this, he's that. And as Jerry said, like, where we've seen performances, and again, this is just our opinion. No, I don't think it's factual, it's just our opinion. Where we've maybe seen performances where I'm like, nah, I think he was better in that Wolves game than he was in that game yesterday. But he didn't score in that Wolves game. I don't think, anyway, I can't remember if he did, but I don't think he scored in that game. But the performance that he put in that game was immense, considering we were down to, you know, the 10 men or whatever it was. So, yeah, man, listen, keep up the consistency level. You're good. Do you know what I mean? And then Liverpool will continue. If you don't, then people will call you shit on YouTube and that and speak. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I think the benefit you've got, what you've got with this game and what it tells you, right, is that Liverpool have the ability, and those players that people question. So, you know, people question. Remember, people wanted Gordon instead of Diaz. They wanted Harvey Barnes and them, man. This is what I was hearing.
Harvey Barnes
in for this.
Crazy.
Get Gordon. Get Nico Williams. Like, do you know what I mean? When you look at it, whether you think they're good or not, the gap isn't that good big. But what you can see is that they've got the ability to go and turn it on. So you've seen him doing for Colombia. You've seen it. If he wants to turn it on, you can turn it on. Now it's just as G said, as he got the consistency to do it. And if we're being honest, if he continues what he's doing this season, right, in terms of just whether you think he's been good or right, you know what I mean, meh, you end up the season with 14 goals in the Prem. Now, Mane isn't the most goals he got. No, this is Diaz. Sorry, Diaz.
Oh, Diaz.
So Diaz, I'm saying, if Diaz continues what he's doing, as an example, you know, people said we need that other left winger. You end up with 14 goals in the Prem. He's got 7 now. If he continues this form, you'll get 16, 17, I mean, whatever, 18, 17 goals. So it's 14, 15 goals, sorry, in the Prem. Now, I'm pretty sure that was like an average of Mane. If you had to average out his seasons, he's probably getting you 13 to 15 goals. And then he had a season where you got top goal scorer, I think, with 21 or something like that one season. Him and Aubameyang shared it. Yeah. So, like, that's what you want, innit? That's what you want from your forward. So if he gets that, there shouldn't really be a discussion about we should get this guy or that guy. And same thing for...
You know there'll be a discussion though, Jerry. Like, it's not gonna please. Like, I don't think it will. It would have to be outstanding.
Yeah, you have to get like 50 goals in all comps for man to be like, yeah.
Like, I wouldn't even say...
That's a lot of goals though, man. That's 50 goals in all comps.
Yeah, I mean,
to be liked, bro. Just to be liked, not even just
yeah, bro. Just to be liked, not even to be like, oh,
not even to be in the team, just so the fans can like you, bro. The online fans.
I think he would have to like, and by the way, but like, it's fine if you don't like a player. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, like, it's not a problem. I don't want people to think like, I'm saying, bro, if you don't like the player, you just don't like the player. Like, we all have our preferences and what we like to see and stuff like that. I'm just saying, I just feel like, why don't we at least allow them to do whatever it is they're doing for a period of time at the bare minimum? As Jerry said before about the whole Gakpo and Diaz situation, in terms of, bro, give them a run and then see. And then if after that run they've cooked or they've been shit, you can now sit there and fairly judge them and say, you know what, Diaz at left wing has been shit, or Gakpo at left wing has been shit, or whatever the case, you know, kind of is, as opposed to just saying, bro, he's just shit. These times, man, are ready to give Nunes all 3 years and that, and still telling me, yeah, it'll come good. But when we come to other players,
I feel like that's a shot.
It's true though. Beginning of the season, when Shot was playing, but hold on, end. Beginning of the season, when Shot was playing, you were one of the main culprits. But give Nunes a chance, bro.
Yeah,
give Nunes a chance. Jota's not playing that well. I think Nunes could do better. Bruv, Nunes has had a long run, you know. And
he has.
The thing is, you've seen it now.
Yeah.
And now you're on the bandwagon where you're like, bro, we need to get rid. We need to get someone else in. But you wouldn't have come to that conclusion, and a lot of people won't, if you weren't given the time. Because some people just don't see it. Yeah, I mean, with Nunes, I know you see it a lot of the time, and with Nunes, you had the blinkers on, and it's calm. It's all right.
You know what it is though, Jay. It was more it wasn't even the blinkers. It was just Bro, I always stand up for the injustice, bro. I always feel like, yeah, if you're getting bullied, bro, I gotta stand up for the man that's getting bullied, innit?
Nah, you're grown. If you're getting bullied, you have to just handle that
No,
yourself.
listen. I hear it, bro. I hear it. I don't disagree, but it was sometimes it was unnecessary, bro. Sometimes it wasn't uncalled for. There's times when it's called for, and there's times when you're like, raw. Like the Newcastle game wasn't called for, blood. We had the game wrapped up, and they've said that it was Nunes' fault. I was like, no, but we was winning before the end of the game, bro. It's not like we were losing or we was drawing, and then you're like, big man, if you'd have taken them 2 chances or you'd have taken that chance. It was we were winning, and he was like, "No, let me just go and blame him because I don't even want to blame Kelleher." It's like, no, it's his fault, bro. We dropped points. It's no one else's fault because we actually was winning the game. So those are the moments in it I stand up for, and it wasn't, And the other reason was the guy came in the shit team. When everyone's decided to kind of didn't want to play football in that year. Second season, I thought he did good in terms of the outputs were there. Maybe some performance might not. No, the outputs were there, bro. 31 goal contribution is good outputs, bro. Like, let's be honest, bro.
Right? No, how many goals?
No, but listen, we don't do that no more. Jay, you know the conversation.
Because man will be like, yeah, Salah got 70 GA. And then you look at it and you're like, bro, yeah, he had like 25 penalties. He had this, he had that. Bro, give me the goals. Back in the day, when we used to talk about Messi, I never heard GA. There was never a GA discussion, G.
Yeah,
the league, I never saw the GA. It was just the goals, and they might look at the assists. Let's stop combining them, please.
We have to now, bro. That's the world we live in, bro. Big up honesty as well. He's chosen Sobo. There's there's a conversation to be had about which one you prefer, man, Elliot or Soboslai right now. But big up for the super chat as well, bro. Definitely Soboslai for me. In that position, I think he's definitely needed. But that's all it was, bro. I wanted to give him this season. And he's gotten this season. And he's not cut it. He hasn't cut it. If he does well in the second half, then he does well in the second half. But I still think we need to replace him.
This is where it ends. If this was a grassroots player, bro, this is where End goes and speaks to the dad after a game. And he's like, yeah, mate, look, I want to be honest with you. Like, I mean, he's not really going to get a lot of game time. Look, he's still free. He's still free to come to training and stuff. But I think for his development,
I said he can still come to the soften the blow part. That's the soften the blow.
Yeah, you don't want to tell him F off, be like, yeah, let him still come training because I think he can still develop. But in terms of games, it's going to be difficult to get him in the team. So it might be worth, having a look at maybe like a lower division. I know our team's got, the team in the D League, E League, F League. That's what it is. It's calm.
Bro. But yeah, the man didn't even get no minutes really yesterday, bro. Man threw him under the bus. He came on a left wing as well, which was mad.
That's where he's going to be now.
Yeah, that's where he is. Yeah, I think going forward, man, Diaz has to start, and Jota is good, man, but Diaz has to start through that middle.
The thing is, yeah, the writing is on the wall when we're even having this discussion, bro. Like for me, if everyone was fit right now, let's say like going forward, everybody was fit, I still wouldn't play Diaz up front. I still play Diogo Jota and put Diaz out on the left because that's just where I feel he plays his best football, right? And Jota is a better striker than he is. But right now, with Jota being unfit, how is our second option right now Diaz? And we're all talking about maybe we should just play Diaz through the first number 9.
I reckon he's our first pick still.
Yeah, if you feel like he's whatever pick he is, whatever pick he is for you, the fact that Nunes is not a pick for you in your top 2 or 3 choices is where it becomes a bit sticky. Like we're all ready to shift the team and maybe like because like do you know how mad that is? Like just because one guy we're like, yeah, I'm not even really feeling this brother playing up front, so we're gonna have to play, someone else. Like now it's by force. Diaz has to just play up front until Jota's fit. I think that's what he'll do anyway. Until he feels Jota's fit, he's gonna just play Diaz up front. And then when Jota's fit, it will be probably Jota up front and then Diaz, on the left-hand side and, go from there kind of thing. But, like I say, man, the writing's on the wall for that, brother. But listen, I'm not here to get onto him. We weren't.
Let's talk about someone that is definitely your first pick, innit, bro? This man, Mo Salah, he's breaking records, bro. But I sent a tweet or I commented on a Liverpool post on Twitter and I said, surely now we're just making these things up now, bro. Like, that is ridiculous, bro. Before Christmas, he's the first one. I'm like, so how many players did this before then? Can't be a record if someone did it before. And you just done it and they'll go, do you know what? Let's just bring it up. Surely players would have got double figures, goals and assists before Christmas. They must.
No player has at all.
Right.
That's what they're saying. They're saying no player has had double figures in goals and assists before Christmas.
You got to realize, bro, they're trying to get this brother to sign a contract. So the reality is, we're going to bring up every record you can think. Oh, Mo Salah is the first player to touch the ball with his right foot in the Premier League this amount of times before Christmas. Like, we'll make up or bring up, as many things as we possibly can in order for him to, like, even when he was talking after the game, I was busting up because he was talking about the whole Ian Rush thing. And I see bare people, like, I saw a few people getting onto him because they felt like he was being disrespectful to Ian Rush and that.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't. Definitely wasn't.
And
Disrespectful by saying what?
Because he mentioned, like, when they mentioned, oh, you're close to, like, well, not close, sorry. When they mentioned that about the Ian Rush, like, do you think you could catch it? He was like, I don't know how that brother even scored that many goals.
Nah, do you know his face when
That's crazy. No, but that's crazy, man, isn't it?
He mentioned his goals, though. He mentioned, like, how much he's away from him. You see Salah face like, raw, this man's
No, I'm not going to lie. I saw, just off topic, not even off topic, but on it. But I saw a goal, I think it was in the 70s where I think Liverpool are playing Man United. And Dalglish misses a sitter. I'll send it to you. Man.
Oh yeah, I see that. I don't know why it was floating around.
What kind of nonsense football was that? Where did you see how the whole team just stepped up?
But I was baffled.
Yeah, no, that's when the offside trap was mad still.
Look at this. The whole team's in a defensive shape. Yeah. I don't know who it was. It might have been flipping Souness or whoever. Yeah. He's done like a little clip, but like maybe like 10 yards. It's not even that far. And none of the United defenders went and got it. He just ran after the ball and got it himself. And then was running through on goal. He squares it to Dalglish, and Dalglish misses an open goal. But like, bruv, I'm not gonna lie, that's a nonsense type of football I saw, bruv. You know,
I can't lie. Some of these men from
the was great. You know, when Souness is talking, if you're doing stuff like that, I don't even want to hear it, bruv. Because if that's the case, Ange would be the best manager of all time, because he would have got so many goals in that type of system where man are just mad high, no one's defending. Running around on dead.
No, but that was only one though. Like, I don't want to sound like we're trying to diss back then, innit? Because they had ballers still, man.
No. I'm listen. Every era of football, of course, they had their ballers, of course, like Maradonas and stuff like that. But we would say Messi, for example, now, right? But I do look at some of the football. I'm not here to. I know there's a couple elder people and that. Like, I'm not here to diss your football back in the day, because back then you would have put. Well, elderly people. I don't know. How else am I going to say? I could be rude and to say you
people of that generation. That could have been something you led with.
Nah, elder people sounds more accurate.
God, do you think?
But like, do you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like sometimes when I watch some of that football, I'm like, brother, like Donnies are running like past like 6, 7. Do you think we could even see a player run past 3 players? In fact, 2 players. When Son scored that goal for Spurs against, I think it was it Burnley or whoever it was a couple seasons ago, bro, they spoke about that like, oh my days, that is the goal of the season. And bro, these times I'm watching some of the 70s and 80s, I'm seeing brothers run past these guys like there was no tomorrow, bro. I'm like,
actually using mad skills as well, you know, like flicking the ball over their head,
flicking the ball over man's head, and I'm like, what? You could never do that today. Are you mad? You think what? When Neymar was trying to do the rainbow flicks, bro, man was chopping, bro, it'll be loose, it'll be loose.
What, Mo Salah, bro, he's up to number 4th now in the all-time Liverpool goal scoring record, bro. Number 4, 228 goals.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's all right. I mean, he's doing his thing.
Gordon and Roger Hunt, bro, them man, they're what? Gordon's on 241, Roger Hunt is on 285. Mo could probably catch that though. If he signs another 2-year contract, he could probably catch that. Yeah. He could probably aim for 2nd. I don't know if he can go and get 3, 4, 6, bro, is the target.
Listen, man, Mo is Mo. I don't feel. Listen, you know what? I don't know, because I don't know what he's going to be like in the next year or 2 in it. So I don't know what that looks like for Liverpool. But listen, man, the fact that you're 4th on the list, I can't lie though. The most impressive person on that list probably has to be Steven Gerrard. To be fair, the fact that you've got 186 as a midfielder, considering everybody else, to my knowledge, I don't know.
But he's got the most. He's got the most appearances by a mile though.
He does, but even still, like, regardless, the fact that you've got 186, regardless. Remember, all the other players you're talking about, Kenny Dalglish, Michael Owen, Robbie Fowlers, and that, like, these men are all strikers and attackers. So I kind of expect you to slightly have more, regardless. I mean, Kenny Dalglish played 515 games. really, I expect you to have more than that. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like you probably should have had a tad bit more. Again, I'm not dissing, by the way. Of course, that's amazing what he did. But the fact that he has got this amount of goals, it's a lot, man. It's
To
a
be
lot.
fair though, Gerrard was our penalty taker as well. I don't know if Dalglish was Liverpool's penalty taker. Then it probably might have been
Dalglish was a 10. Dalglish was like a 10 in it as well. It was like a 10. Like that.
Yeah, but bro, we're acting like Gerrard was this like this guy was
No,
playing DM later on, but yeah, I mean, like,
I hear what you're saying, Jay. I'm just saying
like,
Gerrard got a lot of goals from penalties as well.
Every penalty, like
yeah, but obviously
that could be why the numbers just go a bit higher in it because it's not like mad amount. It's only by 12.
I get his point. The fact that a midfielder's there, like especially where he played, I think you still got to put it in there. But when you're looking at 710 appearances, and I'm seeing like Michael Owen there, with 297, bro. That's a dumb, like 297, man. That's 158 goals. 158 goals. Like he's catching Gerrard. Do you know what I mean? If he stays, one more season, looks like he catches him. 30 more games,
bro. Come on, Owen's a real Don Dada.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I mean, Owen's my guy. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like I wish Owen was top of the list. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I had to pick one player, I'd pick Owen to be top of that list, just to piss Liverpool fans off more than anything else, right? But yeah, listen, look, big up to all of them on the list, by the way. Like, they all clearly deserve to be there, and the fact that Mo Salah is fourth as well, you know, on 228. Like that's a mad amount, man. It's a mad. But am I surprised? No, not really. Like I feel like, you know what I mean, he was always gonna do. You know what I mean? He was always gonna do these kind of numbers anyway, man. He's a dope player.
Got 2 goals and 2 assists yesterday, bro. Like, and it felt effortless as well. To be fair, it didn't feel like that's the kind of performance I look for. You know, when I'm always like, oh, bro, I just want you in the game, bro. Just be in the game, be in the game, be in the game, and your goals will just come. Don't have to try too hard. That first opening 10 minutes, though, he had 4 shots or 5 shots straight away. And I thought, oh, I hope you're not having one of them games, bro, where nothing you hit goes in. But got a couple of good goals, man. Sobo sets him up. And then who else give him? It was Kate Pops in the building. Big up Pops. Sobo gave him one. And was it Diaz that gave him one? Who was the other one that gave him one? No, it was like a ricochet in the box. Sobo was involved. And then he was on the end of it to get it and tap it into the open net. But yeah, man, this is the one that the Arsenal fans don't like, bro. And it's not the comparison about the players. Like, I'm only showing it, guys. It's not the comparison of the player in terms of who's a better player. But in the Premier League,
careful.
In the Premier League, his output in on one side of the fence, bro. Henry, 377 games, 228 goals, 93 assists. Mo Salah, 373 games, 229 goals and 103 assists. We live in a world of GA, bro. We live in that world right now. We don't, it's not necessarily the eye test as much no more. Most people that live in, like, that say the GA is a big part and a big factor, and I don't disagree, that would say that, Salah is a better player than Henry based on his numbers.
Is this all competitions or just?
That's all comps, man. That's all comps. Even when you look at like Henry's goals, it's like, I think in the Premier League, I think he's like got like 20 less games or like 30 less games, and he's got that amount of goals in it. Like, it's not like Salah's. I weren't touching him in that regard. You had to add the all comps thing to make it work. Yeah.
I didn't
know. No one wants to take this one. Then no one wants to.
What? What's the question?
We live in the world of GA, bro. Surely, if we live in the world of GA, this Mo Salah is a better player.
Well, no, because Henry didn't live in the world of GA. Do you know what I mean? Like, if he's not in the world of GA, if that's the way you want to put it, I don't know whatever world that is, but he wasn't in that world. So when you're looking at that, then you're like, ooh. But look, there's a discussion, isn't it? Like, especially if Salah performs like this and then wins the league, then there's 100% a discussion in it. You can have that discussion. I don't think anyone's wrong for having an opinion. But
how many Premier Leagues did Thierry Henry win? Does anyone?
Two. So that's what it is. So if he wins that Premier League,
if he breaks, because Henry holds the assist record, right, in terms of
20 assists. Yeah.
If Mo breaks it and wins, because I know Mo's looking at that record, I know he is. And I think he will do it this year. I think he will get the 20. I think he'll end up on like 25 assists. I think he's got another, what is he on it, 10 or 11 now? I think he's got another 14, 15 in him. I reckon he's got a couple. I think he's got at least 15 in him left. And then he wins the Premier League on top of that.
I'll be honest. You see, that assist record, yeah, it's so, like, what we got to understand is this. It's far more impressive that Henry has the assist record than if Salah breaks the assist record. What you guys need to understand is that Henry is the main goal scorer, was like the main to only kind of goal scorer that they had for a long time. Whereas Perez is not putting up even Diaz numbers like that. Like, great player, by the way. I'm not dissing Perez. I thought Perez is a fantastic player. But in terms of in today's game, these men are not putting up these kind of numbers, because obviously the game wasn't about numbers back then. It was just more about what you're facilitating for the rest of these, you know, kind of guys. And you're talking about, and by the way, it's still impressive if Mo Salah does it. But the fact that a striker is out here getting whatever the assist record is at the moment, 20 assists or whatever, yeah, like, that's kind of mad. Like when you deep it, you're like this is the central. Well, this is a striker. Did you get what I'm trying to say? Like, and it's not a winger. It's not a guy who is there as much as Salah is the guy to score our goals, but he's also the guy to assist our goal. He does everything in terms of, you know, the attack and that. Like, it's mad. And think about all the players that have been and come since that time. Fabregas, Kevin De Bruyne. Like, we're talking about some of the best players we've ever seen in football, and none of them. And if Salah does break it, it's dope for Salah. But the fact that Henry's had it for this long, I find that I have to big up Henry for that. Because you know what's so fucked about this is that nobody cares. Like, this record was never a thing. Like, I don't think anyone even realized that he had hit 20 assists in that season anyway. It's only now, as time has passed on. Now
they did at the time, man. They did at the time, man.
Nah, I don't ever remember a
2020.
conversation.
The 2020.
Yeah, because he got 20 goals and 20 assists that season.
I was saying 2020.
Nah, I never, like, none of my Arsenal friends have ever discussed, like, bro, the fact that they were talking about the goals, because the amount of goals that he was scoring in all competitions anyway in that season was crazy, because they didn't even win the league that year. The year that he done this, they didn't even win the league that year. It was Manchester United. So it's like, it was the fact that he was scoring so many goals. So the fact that it's, in my opinion anyway, the way I've seen it is that it's just only over a period of time that now this has become a thing, because as N said, rightly so, we live in a world of GA. These men didn't live in that world. Man, as we only cared about Henry goals. I don't care about how many assists you get, how many goals you get. Cool, you got 30. Hey, he's the Don Dada. No one's rating Henry's thing because he got bare assists. Myth, we're rating his thing because of the goals that this brother scored.
And I didn't even think it was the volume either, though, as well, G. Like, I remember it was just the type of goals, innit? You'd only speak about the type of goals. No one, I don't think, maybe at the end of the season, you probably look back and go, "Rah, my man got this," but you didn't really care. You just remembered the moment.
The goals, bro. I remember the goals against Leeds United, like the goal against Manchester City, like, bro, crazy. Like, you remember these things. And this is all 20 years or whatever it is later. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like I said, obviously today we don't live in that kind of world. So man really do. Like, if he did this today, oh my days, he'd probably be, they would have to give him the Ballon d'Or. They'd have to give him the Ballon d'Or, because man wouldn't have it otherwise. They wouldn't have it. They wouldn't have it.
I want to talk about what Arne Slot, you know, McAllister as well. Obviously, we conceded 3 goals. Jay touched on it a bit earlier. And this is one of the reasons why I think we can go and win the league, because how meticulous the manager is, bro. Even winning, he's not happy with winning, bro. He's like, nah, we still played poor for 15 to 20 minutes in the game. I'm like, bro, but we scored 6 goals. Like, nah, I don't care. Like, I don't care. Like, you, man, we should. And then he mentioned, like, oh, players thought that they could stop running. And I was like, raw. Like, he's serious. I don't know if you guys saw the quotes or the comment, or did you watch the end of game press conferences? But that's one of the reasons why I really believe we can go and win this league, because he's not happy. He's always looking at the finer details. Did any of you guys see anyone want to jump in and have the conversation around it? Because I don't know if you guys saw the comments.
Anyone can jump in, but just before you do, Why is it when he says it's fine, but when I say this, everyone's like, why is he trying to be negative? But when Slot says, "Oh, this is not great," like
I don't have an issue when you say it, G.
but everyone seems to have an issue like, "Oh, G, you're just trying to be negative." These times, we just scored 6 goals. Slot just told you, man, I ain't feeling that 15, 20 minutes. You know, I'm like, what do you mean you can't run? What? But if I said that, oh, why are you trying to criticize the team, man? Let the team live and hey, listen, double standards, man. That's all I'm saying. But you guys go. You guys go.
Here's another angle in. If you got issues with the lack of running, why not pull him in? Because my issue was with him, to be honest. If you got issues with the lack of running, the lack of energy, right? Pull players. Pull them and say, well, I pulled him off because he wasn't running. Here's another. You had a point for me when I was watching. I said, all right, yeah, at 5-1, this is it. Clear the bench. Pull them. Pull. Get them off. Get the new ones on. Fresh legs, and see if Nunes can get a couple. See if Harvey Elliott can get an assist. Get some confidence into Jota, whoever. Get them on. That was my disappointment, to be honest, with him. But I agree. I wasn't happy with the fact that we conceded 3. Yeah, it was good we scored the last goal, so it was 6. So it was 6-1 and it came out of 6-3. So it was all right, here was a little lapse. All right, shut the door, shut them up. Let's get another one, celebrate and move on. But he had the opportunity to do that in another way by just saying, all right, pull off these guys, pull on the men that you feel gonna run, and let them run. But he keeps mentioning Forest, so you can see that he's meticulous. He isn't letting them rest on the laurels and feel like it's gonna be easy. He keeps reminding us that we lost the Forest, and I'm glad for that because I keep talking about it too, because that's peeving me more than anything else this season. I lost the Forest at Anfield is pissing me off more than anything.
It wasn't even necessary it wasn't even necessary as well, Pops. It was just like we had chances, but we just didn't take them, and then we just conceded one good counter attack,
Yeah.
And a good goal as well, and then that was it.
Yeah. I agree. Good goal, good counter, but it's like as we would say, it's stuck in my cross still, man. Well, I agree, but he had the opportunity to make the changes. Then, if the men are not running, why didn't you sub whoever it is? Identify whoever that one is. If you're saying that Salah wasn't running, all right, get him off. He'd already done the damage.
True. No, it's true.
Wait, when did he take off? He took Mo off. He took Diaz off. What time in the game was that? Was that
as a pair? And I was, I want to say, closer to 70 plus.
Maybe he was worried. Maybe he felt like the team needed to have some of those players stay on because he felt that Tottenham were starting to. Yeah, I mean, like if they score a goal, two goals in quick succession, all of a sudden now.
Do you know
you start letting it's a different game. Like.
As well, when you make changes, bro, like it affects the rhythm of the game.
Does.
Like it's very difficult to make 4 or 5 changes, and the level it always drops off because these men aren't up to the speed of the game. Do you know what I mean? They're looking to find their first touch. Do you know what I mean? Be on point. They ain't gonna make no darting run straight off the bat. So you keep those players on for as long as possible because the rhythm was good. And irrespective of like Spurs scoring, I agree. I think they needed. I'm not happy that they scored 3, but Liverpool's rhythm in the game was really, really good. And you making changes just disrupts that a lot. So it's probably why it was. And to be fair, these players are fit, man. Do you know what I mean? These players are fit. So
yeah, his first sub was on 68 minutes.
70. Yeah. Too deep in it.
No, sorry, go on, Pops.
Sorry. Curtis was caught sleeping to me on the Kulu one. He lost his runner when Solanke played the chip that Verge sort of glanced off his head. He lost his runner. He would have been a new player. And you might say, well, yeah, like he wasn't quite up to speed or whatever the case may be, but that's on him though. I can't shout it. If I'm bringing you on, you're supposed to bring the energy. You can't come on and lose your man. You're supposed to be fresh. Somebody shouldn't be running past you.
But
I agree. That's you do lose the rhythm.
But that might be that might be a tactical thing. Like certain managers, they don't like players crossing over defensive lines. So when you're in your block, you don't follow your man. You stay in the shape and you pass that man over to the defender.
Nah, but in that one, Jerry, there was no one to pass him on to. If you remember when...
No, it was Robbo there. It was Robbo there because Robbo got there late. Robbo was supposed to cover. So when Virgil goes to get the header, Robbo's late to cover. So I hear you. Like, I'd want him to follow his man, but I'm saying it might be a structural thing. That's all.
Alright, man. But yeah, no, it's crazy that he, even after winning and scoring that many goals, I didn't like conceding 3 though. I think it took a bit of gloss off the result, because it's like another 3 goals, 3 against Newcastle, 2 against Fulham, 3 against Spurs. So we're looking at 8 goals in our last 3 games, and you look at them and you're like, could we have stopped them goals? Yeah, like none of them you go, do you know what? That was a really good goal. Maybe Isak's one, to be fair. But even then, I still thought Virgil should have closed him down a bit quicker there. Just stood off of him and tried to just use his body to block it instead of just stepping in and closing down the space. But yeah, we have to stop conceding this many goals, definitely, because we have to go back to just winning 1 and 2-0. Because against Leicester, bro, we know, obviously the last time we played Leicester, we won 4-0, and that was, the catalyst to go on to kind of win the Premier League. I don't want to go into the Leicester game and then Vardy's just bagged 2 stupid goals. He's just running behind twice and scored. Now we just, out of nowhere.
Do you know what it is though? Liverpool, I think at the beginning of the season was a kind of not a false promise, but Liverpool were outperforming. Like the amount of goals they should have been conceding, they weren't in it. And I think if they had continued in that form, they would have beaten, like, I think Mourinho's record in it of like 16 goals in the whole season. Liverpool aren't defensively minded like that. Like, they're just not. Like, they ain't got the personnel and they ain't got the manager. So that was always going to kind of even itself out. And I think we still got to kind of remember, irrespective of how well Liverpool are doing this season, it's still a Klopp team. You can still see why, like, they can still go and press like maniacs, why they're still so fit, because you don't just, like Slot said, he didn't want to go and just change too much. He wanted to kind of look at, keep some certain elements of what Klopp was doing, because otherwise that transition would just be too drastic. And I think we see it even at United with Amorim, where he just gone back to a back 3. And yeah, they beat City, but that's no barometer. That's no like measuring stick to measure success. They've been poor. They've been poor because they just don't know what they're doing. No one really knows their roles. Bruno Fernandes is a midfielder. He's a number 10. You've got 3 at the back, but Dallow's a centre back, or is he a wing back? It's just all over the place. So I think we've just got to give Slot time, because I would hope so. And I hope to see anyway, that in 2 seasons, next season, the season after that, it's his team. It's his imprint on the team. And I think that's when you can judge the defensive solidity of, the Slot team, because let's be honest, he ain't brought anyone in. So you don't know what type of fullback he'd want, ideally, what type of defender he'd want, what type of goalkeeper he'd want, what type of DM he'd want, what type of striker he'd want, and what kind of work they do defensively from that standpoint. So Liverpool have always been a team that concede goals. We're still going to kind of concede goals this season. That's the way I kind of look at it. Like, we're still going to play. There's still goals that we're going to concede purely because of how the players are wired. And Slot's spoken about it before when he says, sometimes the players rush the pass too much. They rush trying to play even like a 4-yard pass, but it doesn't help us progress up the pitch. But you've been obviously coached for 7-8 years that you're going to punch that pass in really, really quick and through these gaps, whereas Slot's a bit more reserved than that. He was, I'll keep it like that just to go 5 yards up the pitch, but you're risking losing the ball. That's just nonsense. We're better off keeping the ball and making sure that when you play that risky pass, it's more likely it kind of goes through or it gets to his man. So, yeah, that's why I'm not... It's difficult. I'm not really fussed. Like, it's difficult to judge. I know we're judging the manager saying he's good, but it's difficult to even decipher what Slot is in terms of a manager, because he ain't got his players yet. You know what I mean? You got to allow him to build and kind of implement his philosophy into the academy, the team, and ideally, I guess that's what Liverpool are looking to have as a manager here for the long haul, not a couple of seasons and then he's off in it. So,
and I think even just to, I guess, piggyback off that, and listen, everyone needs luck. Klopp's had luck throughout his time in certain games, moments, and stuff. Every manager I've seen it, Fergie, Mourinho, Pep. you need the luck as well. And I think where he's been given this, you've not changed your team around too tough in terms of like personnel. You've not really changed the style that much. You've then walked into a season where the best team in that league is shit this season. So now you have that one less obstacle that you have to remember. We're already, as much as us 4 here, for example, include your Savages, whoever, we will talk about Liverpool in a certain way. That's because of how we look at Liverpool in comparison to, say, like other teams and etc., right? But we know that Liverpool are still better than most of the league anyway, regardless of how shit or good you think we actually are. So he's already walked into a team that's probably the top 3-4 teams in the league, regardless. Like just before a ball's even been kicked. So he already walked into that. Now one of them has already been dispelled because they've just been shit this season. The other one's not really been, he's been kind of pitchy-patchy with form, and one's now randomly come from nowhere, and all of a sudden they're second or whatever third in the league at this current moment in time. So where you can get those kind of instances, but he's just taking it on. And already this team is kind of in a, we don't lose that many games when you think about it. Like across season, Liverpool not like team, we don't lose that many games. What we happen is we draw too many, and that's how we, you know, we don't pick up the points. So listen, all of these factors, this is why I'm like, this is like the perfect season for someone like Slot, for him to have come in at this, obviously hindsight, but looking at it now, I'm like, you know what, everything worked out for you, you know, like you come into a team that's already pretty decent. All you've got to do is maybe just fine tune a few bits and bobs, and you know, we can move. Also, add to the fact that, you know what, the other team that we would probably be battling with, that Klopp had to battle with for the last however many years, but they've fallen off a complete cliff. So now you kind of got a free run to say, yo, like if no one else is, you know what I mean, we can just go kind of just take this title and poof. I mean, of course, you still got to do it, but we can go there and, you know, we've got the players who know how to kind of, you know, do that kind of stuff. So yeah, man, like honestly, this is the best time. But as Jerry said, for me, it's when we're getting into year 2, year 3, that's when I reckon you can actually judge him properly. But I know what's going to happen. It's going to be that come the end of the season, depending on what he's won or what he's not won, we're going to judge him like there's no man's business and say we're going to judge him for 1 season against Klopp's 7 seasons. I can already see
the other thing as well, though, you know what, now you're right. If he has a very successful season, it adds massive pressure on the second one.
Of course.
If he comes in and wins the Premier League and the Champions League, the expectation then goes even higher. And I don't think he'll falter at that. I think he'll handle the pressure. It's just whether or not we get the players that you guys are speaking about, so we can actually judge his team instead of going, this ain't really your team yet. You haven't really put a stamp on the team yet. And sometimes that's just signing. Sometimes it's a playing style. I think he's getting the playing style through to the players now. I think they're getting it. They're understanding it. But obviously, he hasn't got the players that he would prefer probably in some of them positions. And then you can see. But he's inherited a very, very strong squad. Very strong squad.
I think that the good thing for him, man, is that he's at Liverpool.
Like,
if it was keeping it like real, keeping it a buck, like if he was at any other club, you know, winning the league or winning the Champions League, if he was able to go and do that, bro, the pressure to go and win the next one is mad. Like even at United, if he had done that, you got to win the next one. You know, if he's at 3rd or 4th, they might even be sacking him. You know, if there's not extenuating circumstances, they'll be like, right, like this is just like it's untenable. At Liverpool, though, you know how we are in it. We can win the league, we can drop off to 5th or 6th. Do you know what I mean? And we'll be calm. We'll be like, yeah, but you know, do you know what I mean? We didn't have signings, or it's FSG, and is where it is. Like, and I wouldn't even want Slot sacked because I kind of know the play in it. I just know what's going to happen. Because if he wins, the funny thing is that if on that point, if he wins the league even this season, forget the Champions League, right? There's an argument to say that he doesn't need any players.
Very true.
There's an argument. The argument's there to say you don't need any players. Chiesa's going to come back. He's like a new signing. You got Connor Bradley to come back. He's like a new signing. Not Connor Bradley. What's the other? What's that right back? Patterson, is that his name?
Ramsey.
No, Ramsey.
Yeah,
he's still at Liverpool.
Exactly. He's still about.
Ramsey, he's like a new signing. Elliott's been out for half the season, so he's like a new signing. Do you know what I mean? Nunes is going to get better. All of a sudden, you start hearing stuff like this, and it's like Liverpool might not even.
Actually, don't smile, bro. Man said you had Nunes. The other ones he was fine.
Why can't I even smile?
The other ones he was like, mentioned Ramsey, and he was fine. As soon as he said Nunes could get better,
he's waiting for that to happen. He's waiting for an LFC account on X or Twitter to be like, do we even need a signing in the summer? Like we were so good. Remember, Morton's going to develop. Endo's still there. Endo proved
Cetic to come back as well.
You know what's so touchy about?
Cetic.
I know you want to. Obviously, you got the thing up here, yeah. You know what's so tapped here? The way that people talk about, and this is why sometimes I feel like, bro, am I being too nice, or like roles seem to reverse? To me, I don't look at Liverpool right now and think, yeah, like if I had to pick players to sign out there, there's not that many I could think of that'd be like, yeah, like in terms of realistic targets, not just anybody, like realistic targets. I don't feel like there's many players out there that I'd want to sign, and the team's already doing well, so I don't really want to upset that kind of apple cart. But the way that everyone talk, we need a left back, we need a DM, we need a striker, we need a left wing. I'm like, rah, like, are we top or are we fifth? Like, I don't even get it. Like, because the way that you're talking, you think that we're on this. Basically, it almost sounds like we are Manchester City right now. Like, where you're looking at us and thinking, bro, the team is washed, bro. Like, we still need this, we still need that. I'm like, I'm not saying we don't need certain players. Of course, we can always improve. The team can always get better and better and better. That's what allows for the top teams to stay the top teams, because they keep improving, right? But the way that some of you talk, I'm like, bro, there's no way you lot are more negative than me. And the way that you lot are speaking about the club and the team, you'd think we need about 6 players before we can really.
And that's why I think we're in a parallel universe right now, G, because as I said, you were the guy that everyone looked at and go, G's just negative. But now you look around, like everyone else is negative, and you're trying to find a reason.
Bro, I'm like, why are you, man, telling me that we need listen, I as much as would I sign a left back? Of course I would.
Yeah,
but
100.
I'm not looking at anybody to sign right now anyway. Like, everyone's talking about January. I'll keep it a buck. I will be calm if we just left January with no new players. Like, I don't see what would be. I can't see one player coming in January who's gonna make us this who is leaving in January that's gonna be that good to make you that so good that you can go on and win a league. Like we already are doing that. Like, I don't understand why everyone thinks that we're going to sign Kylian Mbappe or fucking Vinicius Jr. in January, where it will take you to like this next level of thing. Then I would understand. But man are saying, no disrespect, but man are saying like João Pedro's and Mamouche. I'm like, what? These man are supposed to take you to this next level that we are craving to get.
Cherky's on the list as well, isn't he? Cherky's on the list.
But even Cherky's another one of them players where you're like, him.
If I buy him, I'd loan him back out. He's not. I wouldn't put him in the team. Just loan him back.
I don't mind putting him in, but I'm just thinking, where in it? Who? Because you got Kaka in midfield. You got Hullet.
Bro, we got Kaka and Hullet, you know.
You got Kaka.
You got Ballon d'Or Kaka in midfield. Ballon d'Or Kaka.
Honda. In those Hondas.
Honda, hey, that's an all-time midfield, you know. If you had the Honda, you had the Hullet, you had the, did you say Kaka? Yo, that midfield is solid.
What do you man think of this picture?
I had Milner regen as well.
What do you man think of this picture, boys? This picture here with the man them just looking at each other grinning. That's when I realized, the game's just too nice.
First of all, whoever took that picture is like,
man was definitely in a squat. Man was definitely in a, like the Meg the Stallion position as well. Like, you know what I mean?
He's sitting around.
No, one knee could have done the little, one knee thing, bro. Just be
man, that looked like he was taking a picture from up high and he was like, shit. Had to just drop down, didn't it? Drop down into that mad position, to the angle.
He's sitting on the milk crate, man. He's sitting on the milk crate.
Nah, but yeah, moving on though. Moving on.
I want to chat to you, man, quickly before we move on. Just
go on.
I'm out there because I need to bounce in a minute anyway. McAllister, bro. That 50-50 that he lost for Maddison's goal, bro, is that forgivable?
I said if he would have got up straight away, Maddison wouldn't have scored. He would have given away a foul because I think he would have just tripped him up, just hold the yellow in it.
I think that's unforgivable for me, you know. I can't look at him the same ever again.
Hold the yellow. He pretended like my man. I thought he probably gave him a little extras in the ribs, innit? You know, when Kulu, like, obviously he's tackled him, Kulu's gone over him, and I thought Kulu might have like stamped at him or something like that. So I thought, maybe. Then I watch replay and like, bro, just get up, man. Get up and I don't know, bro. Just throw a leg there, bro. Give away a foul if you need to. He opted for neither, bro.
That really, on a side note, that really annoyed me, bro. Because I haven't even seen you perform to a level I thought you could. I've seen Tillemans put in a clinic, that GOAT of the week. If there was a GOAT of the week for me, Tillemans was GOAT of the week.
Let's go on then. Midweek games, bro. You got Arsenal obviously smacking up a team. Man United losing again. Chelsea drawing, which is a good result for us, though. But which one of the results this week you man saw and gone raw, or none of them like really bothering you, man? Now because you expect Arsenal to kind of win. Man United, you just But Man City just keep losing, bro.
Wolves beating Leicester, that was probably the result of the week. But especially for a team sat their manager not doing too well in the league to go away to Leicester City and win 3-0 clean sheet, that has to be for me. Because the Bournemouth thing, they've done that before. So I'm like, yeah, I've seen that before.
Gee, I don't like them Monday, I don't like them Monday. After I sacked the man, you man all of a sudden now want to keep.
Yeah, I know. I know.
I want to win games. I don't like
that,
bro. Monday week, bro.
I hear it.
After all of what we've been going through this season, you go, nah. We're just gonna smoke a team that's not in form, but indecent. You'd say getting some results.
Even Southampton getting a draw away to Fulham, like even that.
Yeah, that's a decent result.
Good result.
That's a good result.
I think not in terms of result, but when I look at like just the Arsenal game, I think they've done. I know Crystal Palace, but Crystal Palace at home can be a bogey team. Do you know what I mean? They picked up some form now in terms of like Mateta's turning up. I think they've stuck with Mateta now. Obviously, Nketiah hasn't worked out, but look, they've done well. Even in the game, I watched that first half more so, and it looked like Liverpool. I mean, Palace could do something. It did. Even though they were 2-1 up, it went to 3-1. I still felt, Palace could do something. Sarr looked dangerous and stuff. Saliba was at a shocking game.
Shocking game, bro.
But yeah, man, it's like Arsenal, good performance. Obviously, in terms of goals, Jesus was the one that I'm looking at, and I'm like, ooh. Like, his form in the last 2 games coinciding with Saka's injury is like perfect for them, because Saka now gets a proper rest where he's not being run into the ground. But if Jesus can even maintain that just till end of January, just for a month, where he's just scoring goals, assisting and affecting games, they'll be all right, and they could still get within touching distance or keep within touching distance.
You know who else? Sterling's out injured with a knee injury as well, bro. So Sterling also is out injured with a knee injury now as well today.
That doesn't affect them though, bro.
I know, but that would be in the replacement for Saka.
I don't think so, I think it will be Martinelli on the right, Trossard on the left, and it will be Jesus or Havertz up front.
But Trossard is mad inconsistent though as well, bro. Like, I didn't look at him in
I know, but they don't rate Sterling at all. I don't even think the under 21s are rating him like that. And I'm being honest. I think it's just a situation where he comes in and he's like, look, we've got an academy prospect. He's under 8s. He's signing for our team. Can you come and just like be part of the picture when he's there? Yeah, the signing picture, and he's just there, like, do you know what I mean? Putting his arm on the shoulder. And as in, he's not going to do anything this season. He's
from Northwest London, so it means that
this is Arthur. That's what I'm saying. It's just like Arthur 2.0, innit? He's not even injured, but it is where it is. When he becomes injured, it don't really affect us because you don't play. I don't think he's going to play a significant role this season.
It will be interesting though for Arsenal, because they don't have anybody who can really play that right wing position. They can play players there, but then again, you're going to have to start shifting around other players in order for someone to play there. So that he mentioned Nwaneri, he mentioned Havertz, he mentioned Martinelli, I think, as well. So it'll be interesting to see who he puts out there on that right hand side, in order for them to kind of continue. But listen, man, Arsenal they've been good the last couple of games, man. Yeah, I mean, like, can't really say otherwise. They've picked up points when they've needed to. Big victory again, just like Liverpool. I mean, scored 5, we scored 6. So yeah,
I still feel like we would have played Everton. That windy day, we would have lost, bro. I reckon we'd have lost. Big up, bro.
Big up.
And guys, make sure we're smashing the like on Ender's channel.
Up, bro.
How many likes have we got?
I ain't even check, bro. I normally just check at the end.
No, check now, because if not, I'm a have a. Let me have a look. Who's here?
45.
Donovan, Alexander Delos, and who else? Bob Paddock. Yeah. If you guys don't push, then how many likes do you want?
They might have said that.
Like, said his name so deep. 45.
45. All right. If we don't get to how many people watching?
50, over 50.
All right. If we don't get to over 50, yeah, it should easily be 50. If you don't get to 50, Alexander Delos, I'm ensure you're banned for a week. Donovan, you'll be banned for 2 weeks.
I'm just dishing out bans.
Bruv, just enforce it. That's what it is. You guys should be pushing the channel. I've liked. Get other people to like, bro. Donovan, bruv, do you know what I mean? Push the community. You should be pushing, making sure every 2 minutes you're... Whoa. Bob Paddock. Is that for me or ends? Anyway, cool. Man.
Whoa, why for that?
Why for that as well? I'll bring in Harris as well. Go on, bro.
Quick one. could Saka going down be similar to when Odegaard went down? Because that's the 2-man game that they play that works well with him. So if you pull
That
Saka out,
2-man.
are you back to the position where you're saying, "Oh hell, how we can get through?" Because the other men that you just mentioned that you can sort of cycle through that position, none of them can do what Saka can do.
100%.
They're footballers of a decent quality. Some of them in form, not necessarily in form at this point in time, but none of them can do. Yeah, none of them can do what Saka can do.
Nah, do you know what it is, bro? It's you're looking at Saka makes a difference in it when they're finding it tough. When the back's against the wall, he finds a solution. He'll get an assist or score a goal.
Agreed.
Without him in there, it's a massive loss, bro. He's literally their Salah in it, and people say like without Salah, where would Liverpool be? Well, you look at Saka's goals and assists this season. Like, where would Arsenal be if he weren't in the team?
There you go.
So, and they're missing him for a while. I think he comes back in February.
Yeah.
So the hamstring injury is a long one, and then
that's a bad one. Yeah.
And I know obviously we're saying that Sterling ain't going to be a miss, but that would have been someone you have on the bench or you start. Do you know what I mean? An option of a bit of speed in behind, consistency in terms of games played, stuff like that. And I get it. Like he's not pulled up trees there. He's not performed since he's been at Arsenal. But like Jesus coming in a period when they need him to come in and perform, Sterling could have probably been that one as well. But then picking up the knee injury, you're like, who do you look for? Because Trossard can't play a whole 90 minutes. Martinelli can't play a whole 90 minutes. You know how inconsistent them two are. What was that? Martinelli's 4th goal of the season. He's played like 20-something games already this season. So that's not a guy that you go, raw.
There's too much emphasis on that.
Yeah, no, because I was looking at it was when we was doing the show with Sam, and he was talking about our wingers not scoring goals, and I was like, oh, let me go and check what this man is doing. I didn't even check the City one because there was no point. The man that don't score goals like that with the wingers anyway. So when I check like Chelsea's one and obviously like the left wingers that play on the left, and it was Sancho and obviously Martinelli. Martinelli only scored his 4th goal, bro, and he played like 28 games or something like that. So yeah, he ain't pulling up trees for them as well. Then Trossard is inconsistent himself. So yeah, Saka is going to be a massive miss, bro. Massive miss, especially with that combination between him and Odegaard. It's a long day still. It's a long day. Bob said Jesus hamstring soon. Yeah, I don't wish that on anyone, man. You know, we don't wish no injuries on anyone. But listen, I got I did my own player ratings. I would love to know what you guys think about the player ratings. So that was what I put. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me know if you can't see it now.
Hold on, sorry.
Enzo got run. G, big up.
Big up, bro.
Big up, man. Big up, bro.
If you want to see or hear my ratings, check me tonight.
All right, say less.
Big up. We got to chat everything.
But yeah, so I gave Alisson a 6, Trent a 7.
Don't lie, bro. We gave Ali a 5, bro.
It was a 5. Sorry, shit. Conceded 3 goals, G, bro. Conceded 3 goals.
I don't think
I'm just saying
Gomez was that bad, you know.
But 6.5 ain't bad. It's above average. Still conceded.
I think it was a 7. I think he swept up a lot. I think he had more to do than Virgil.
That's why I rated him higher than Virgil.
Son.
Virgil got a 6. Robbo got a 6.5. 7 for Gravenberch. 7.5 for McAllister. Mo 9.5. I think I gave him. Yeah. Sobos like 8.5. 6 I gave for Cody. And 9.5 for Diaz. Let me know if you guys will change any of them. Chat, let me know what ones you would change. Donovan said, 5. He didn't have much to do, Donovan. He conceded 3 goals, didn't have much to do. He made 1 really good save, though.
Was that like in the second half, innit?
Yeah, that one.
Really low, yeah.
Was it Poro? And he got he got low and tipped it around the corner, and then Trent went and cleared up. No, any of you guys would change. Bob said 9 for Sobo.
9.5 is kind of high. I can't even lie, you know. Like,
well, for Salah and Diaz.
Yeah,
I think for Diaz.
Yeah, Salah got 2 goals, 2 assists, and I think his performance was good.
Yeah, his performance, in my opinion, was lower than Szoboszlai. So I don't feel like. But then again, yeah, I just feel like 9.5. Yeah, like I don't think 9.5 is a reflective of his overall performance. I didn't watch it and think he was.
What would you have given him? What would you have given him then?
At best, a 9. But I would have had Szoboszlai at a 9 as well, though. That's the thing. So I would have had them both kind of levels. But yeah, other than that, listen, man. Look, I think the rest are kind. I would have. Did you give McAllister because he scored?
Yeah, I gave him the extra because he scored.
What would you have given him had he not scored?
I think in the moment I'd probably given him a 6.5.
Okay, fair. Okay, fair.
Yeah.
Enough. Fair enough.
But he was good though. He was good, and that it sounds low, but it's not low.
No, 6.5, bro.
Yeah, it's not low. It sounds low.
That's a calm rating.
Yeah, no, because he scored and his rating go up. Because what Jerry said is right, man. And listen, I never judge a player based off of one moment in the game, but yeah, that was a bad moment. Other than I thought he was just calm, but he wasn't. Apart from his goal, I thought he was just calm distribution, linked up the play well when he needed to, got stuck in when he needed to. But it was just a calm game from McAllister, and he come off as well. So it's not like he played the whole 90. So you'd have got probably extras if he stayed on. But yeah, I thought his game was just calm. But yeah, you did lose the ball and cost us a goal. So, but you did score a goal as well to put us 2 goals up. So
I guess it cancels it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I think the ratings are fair. The Ali one, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, Ali, yeah. If you didn't do anything and you conceded 3 goals, the reality is the whole defense can't be on some crazy rating after conceding 3 goals. Like, sorry, but you can see the 3 goals, guys. Like, you're all getting, You're all getting stick. Yeah.
I think.
Go on.
I think the recent results. Honestly, nothing on what's his name, Gomez. But if you look at the goals we conceded, like for example the Newcastle one, you had a shocker there, and then I think yesterday I need to look at the goals again. But I think if Ibu was there, I think we concede less. To be honest, and I don't think Joey's a bad replacement. But would you guys look in January for another CB or nah? Or would you leave it and try and rely on Ibu, even though he's injury prone, until the end of the season?
Yeah, I'd leave it.
Yeah, I'd leave it. I don't think we necessarily. Well, look, I'll tell you the ratings. I'll see what SofaScore giving them, right? They gave Alisson a 6.6, so let's say a 6. Trent an 8, Joey a 6, Virgil a 7. You guys are being nice, blood. I thought Virgil was just chilling today, man. Gomez did more than him. Robbo got a 6, McAllister got a 7, Gravenberch got a 6, Dominic got 8, Gakpo got a 6, Mo got a 9, and Diaz got an 8.
Yeah, the Gravenberch one seems.
I think Diaz's overall performance was better than Salah's.
Yeah,
but Salah got 2 assists. Diaz didn't get no assists, so it's kind of. It's a bit.
Yeah, they'll rate it higher for the goal.
One played well, and the other got more GA. So yeah, that's safe score for you. And with the Virgil one, I think he even though Kudu scored, but if you go watch about the game, he closed down Kulusevski a lot. Yeah, and I think he had like 7 tackles that game. And I saw Virgil's comp. He kept dropping with Kulusevski, and he was getting locked up. But obviously, he scored. Yeah, so I understand why they've given him a 7. But then again, when you look at the goals, yeah, as a defender, you concede him 3. On another day, if you concede 3 goals, that's like either a draw, yeah,
or you lose,
or you lose.
Mm.
Yeah, you don't really see wins when you've conceded 3 goals. The closest thing you'll see is like a 4-3. We don't see 5-3s that much. We don't see 6-3s. This is the first time I've seen a 6-3 since City beat Leicester or something. 6-3 or I think that was in the COVID season. Yeah, so that's like years ago. So yeah, I think the defense's ratings, I think they are justified. For ends is at least.
It's funny because you like scored the amount of goals. Scoring 6 goals didn't even matter. We basically won the game 3-0. because the reality is you're going to come out of that game with a +3 goal difference anyway. So it's so funny when I think about these things. Like, scored 6 goals, but then, as you say, we can see the 3 goals anyway. So now you've been dropped back down to, you come out of that entire game with a +3. Arsenal win 5-1, they come out with a +4. It's so funny, like how these things can look come the end of a season, because obviously goal difference might, start play a part, and things like that. So you don't want to be conceding. And I can't remember if N said it or Jerry or whoever said it about, you concede so many goals, man. Like in recent times, like it's a lot of goals that we're like.
It's
I'll be
annoying as
real,
well.
it's annoying. Like, and I get it. Maybe if this person was here, yeah. But regardless, the amount of goals that we're conceding, I'll be real. We're getting lucky that you're winning these games. Like super lucky. Like you can't.
Yeah.
We've conceded 3 goals twice in the last like however many games, and we've walked away with it with a draw and a victory in another game. Like, that's a lot of goals to concede and then be like, yeah, we'll keep scoring more. Like we laugh at Chelsea and say, yeah, they try outscore. We laugh at Spurs. We're doing the same thing at this current moment in time. We're just outscoring the teams because we're conceding quite a few goals. And now we've got to the point where we've conceded as much as Arsenal. That's what I said in the group. I was like, it's kind of embarrassing when I think about it, considering we was laughing at them not too long ago about, these lot said they're going to do this, that, and the third. And we were on a very good, consistent run of clean sheets kind of thing. But now we can't buy a clean sheet right now. It's just kind of mad. It's kind of mad.
All right, man. We'll leave it on this one here, man. Obviously, we're top for Christmas. Still got that game in hand as well. We're only 4 points clear. Game in hand that will push us to 7. Then that will push us to 9 points clear of Arsenal. You man confident still, or we still waiting? What Slot said he's waiting for halfway, but what were you guys thinking at this time, in the season now? We pretty much played everyone now, apart from Leicester. Leicester's the last one, right? Because we played, I want to say we played West Ham already, or we've not played West Ham?
No. We
got West Ham and Leicester and Everton are the only ones we haven't played yet. Because we would have played Everton, but that game got rescheduled. So what are we thinking? We calm. Where's our mindset at now?
It's going to be interesting for the rest of the season. Yeah, when you look at the table, look at the points and stuff. Yeah, it's going to be real interesting to see.
Do you look at anyone like now? You've kind of obviously we haven't played Leicester, as I said, Everton and West Ham, but all the teams we've already played. Do you look at any of them and go, "Raw, we were lucky there," or do you look at them now? We could get at least 10 of them games we can win, or 11 of them games we can win. Because if we can win 10 or 11 games, I think we can win the title.
What do you mean? Was it lucky that we beat them before?
Yeah, because we've already played these teams already. So all the teams we've played what, 17 teams or 16 teams now?
Yeah.
So we go for the second half of the season. Any of them teams at all, do you look at and go, "Raw, that was difficult," or do you look at that? Now we'll beat them when we play them again, because I think we can win at least another 10 or 11 games.
No, I definitely think we'll win another 10, 11 games, but I mean, I can't lie and say with super confidence, because it would be more in and around the time. I'd have to see where we're at this moment in time. But looking at it, I mean, any of them, I'll be honest, like any of them, when we struggled against Southampton, do you know what I mean? So, and they're bottom of the league, like dying over there. So, I mean, we beat them at home, of course, but I mean, Arsenal, that's going to be a mad tough game.
Yeah.
Villa away, I feel like that could be kind of tough.
Bear in mind, most of these are at the back end. So Arsenal and Villa are at the back end of the season.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, because
obviously the Everton game.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on, Harris.
You know what? You know how you say how you guys feeling? Yeah. I'm actually quite concerned for the back end of the season. So we've got to go Chelsea away. We've got Arsenal at home.
Chelsea.
We've got who was it? We've got Villa away, and I'm thinking we really need to be on our top game. Obviously, let's say those teams are not as good as they are now. Yeah, we got to hope for something like that, because I think there could be some drop points towards the end of the season. Like if you go look at the fixture list, it's a bit mad. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think our last game is Palace at home. Yeah. I don't think that's bad. But then again, Palace could be on a mad team. Actually, was last season. Yeah. Yeah. So like just a little change in the system could just kick them on. Yeah. I'm not too concerned for like February or March. It's normally May I'm really concerned for. And I think we can drop points in some of those games. And we know Liverpool. Yeah. Like at the start of the year, there was quadruple talk. Towards the end of the season, like, was even mad. And not in a positive way. We're losing games, we're losing to Everton, we're losing at home, to Palace. Yeah, we just looked absolutely cooked. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how we handle those last few fixtures and see if we can come out on top. But that is a concern for me because I'm just looking at those teams and they are in the big six. I think we've got Spurs at home as well. And then again, they could have another manager by then because it's not looking good for Postecoglou. So who knows? But I think those fixtures, yeah, they're quite concerning.
I guess, listen, we'll wait till when we get there. We'll cross those lines and cross those bridges when we get there, man. G, big up to you, Harris. Big up for jumping in. Obviously, Pop's jumped in and obviously JJ as well. Yeah, man. Listen, guys, if we don't speak before, Christmas, make sure you guys have a great Christmas with the family. Chill, eat some good food, drink some good drink, and vibes, man. Don't stress out now and over the next couple of days, man. You know what I mean? And then we move on from there. Back on Boxing Day, I think it is. So I'll be doing the chill zone after the game and match reaction. So yeah, we'll chop it up after the Leicester game, and hopefully it's another 3 points, man, and a clean sheet as well, man. Tired of conceding 3, then 2, then 3. I want another clean sheet. I want to go into the game, little young 2-0 and bounce, bro. Let them know defensively we're back. Ibu should be back soon. Bradley's going to be back soon. And obviously, fingers crossed, we don't get any more injuries, man, and we can really kick on and go from there. And as you know, what I said earlier in the stream, Trent said we're managing our legs. So when it comes to the back end of the season, the boys should have enough. And that's probably where you're going to see, I don't know, I'm hoping, maybe more hope than anything, not factual. And I'm hoping we just go and blitz these men in the second half of the season, where it's just countless counter-attacks, countless goals, and we're just easing through these games and then go on and win the title, man. Because I can't lie, if we win it this year, bro, I think the fan base will be unbearable. And I want to be unbearable, bro. I want to be a part of that unbearable fans. Can't be, you know what I mean? New manager come in and that. Phase 1. Yeah, I'm here for it, bro. I'm here for it because the Arsenal, man, they have to keep quiet. Man City are going to get a lot of stick. I know. And Man United fans as well, man. This is what phase 1 at Liverpool looks like. You man are on phase 5 and nothing, and Man United's on their phase 1 as well. And I don't even know what's going on over there. But, G, have you got any streams coming up tomorrow, today?
Nah. I think we will give it a rest until after Christmas, man. So yeah, like N said, man, everyone enjoy their Christmas. And yeah, we resume back up again after Christmas Day, and then take it from there, man. Take it from there.
I'm back tomorrow though. I'm on, I think Sam's doing a stream tomorrow. He said 1:15. I don't know if you're on that one as well.
1:15.
Yeah. No, not AM, PM, bro. PM time.
It doesn't matter if it's AM or PM. 1:15 is like middle of the day. Like, sorry guys, it's middle of the day time, my bro. It's the middle of the day. Like, there's too much to do, bro. I need to get to them shots before it closes as well. Like,
that's why you should have done the prep and got the work done beforehand, bro. You know what I mean? You man don't know how to do.
Not everything is in stock when I need it in stock. Sometimes it's only.
That's why you do it early, G. That's why you plan ahead. Sorry, man.
I'll plan ahead for something I don't know. Like,
I'll teach you guys. I'll teach you guys. Don't worry, man. You man have to plan ahead. I'm looking. Who's live, man? Grizzly's live. He's got what? Cav over there. The Drifties over there. So I'm gonna redirect you guys over there, man. Big up to everyone locked in, man. And as we said, go and enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your Christmas. Let's get it, man. Peace.